What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back with some more transfer rumors, news, and bits and pieces here and there. I want to talk about Alfie Gilchrist, Ben Johnson, and Callum O'Hare. I want to get this out there because obviously he's been linked with Leeds again. But I just wonder at this stage, is there a need? And I'll get into that in a bit. Before I continue, you know the drill, people. Like the video. Best way to help out the channel. Subscribe and drop a comment if you're sensible. Sai, nice and early. Sai, morning, KG. And with a super chat. Thank you for the support. Last night at 10 and it's about position Leeds United are actively searching. So if you haven't seen that one, go watch it. Oh god, is the internet playing up? Oh, am I still here? I'm still here. If you haven't seen that one, go and watch it. It's from last night. And yeah, it just gave out a list of positions in where Leeds United are actively searching at this point in time. But yeah, thank you, Sai, for the super chat. Hello, or Gavin saying, can he take corners? Yeah. All right. Well, listen, this isn't going to be a long one today. And let me know if you can hear me, because StreamYard saying that my internet's funny. So if you can't hear me, let me know in the chat. You know, give me a sign. Give me a sign. Morning, KG. Yeah, morning, man. It was a good one last night, though, man. The live chat was good, considering it was like 10 o'clock at night. But yeah, if you didn't see that one, please go back and watch that video, because there's a lot of good stuff on there. But let's get started into this one. Alfie Gilchrist, who's been linked with us for quite a while, is, you know, Joe Donahue of the YEP has said that the interest in Alfie Gilchrist is cooled. So he writes, contrary to reports, Leeds United are not in talks with Chelsea youngster Alfie Gilchrist yet. International windows to open and club keen to assess all options at centre-back and full-back. 20-year-old is believed to be on the transfer target long list at Ellen Road, though. And that sounds about right in terms of Alfie Gilchrist not being the first choice. And I kind of mentioned it in yesterday where it was brought up. I thought we're gonna go for a right back, which is on the list. I don't know if Alfie Gilchrist is going to be the first choice. I think they may want someone a little bit more seasoned, and maybe Chelsea are looking for guarantees that Alfie Gilchrist plays week in, week out. And as we all know with Daniel Farke, unless, you know, you're Joe Rodon or, you know, you're just outstanding in that way, there's not really a guarantee that you're going to play. It could go the way of Joe Rodon. It could go the way of Jaden Anthony or Connor Roberts. You know, there's kind of no in between. So it wouldn't surprise me if Leeds are going to look for a more permanent option at right back in order to solidify that spot. Is Alfie Gilchrist? We'll see, but he will have another, you know, host of clubs in for him who will probably give him week in, week out football as well. So that will be one to look at. But at this point in time, it seems the interest has United are assessing options. Yeah, all good. Yeah, all good. Lee's easily saying get Alfie brain the squad. They're not looking for you to have their player squad depth. They're looking for you to start. All right, am I back, people? Oh man. What a nightmare. What a nightmare. I said it. Yeah, I said it would be a quick update. I didn't count on the internet, messing up, man. Okay. Going back to the squad depth thing. I think I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I can see. Thank you, chat. Ah, wonders of live streams, eh? But in terms of squad depth, that is right. But it's more to do with when you've signed a player that you own. If it's someone from Chelsea, they're not looking for squad depth. They're looking for their player to play basically week in, week out, whenever they're available. So there is differences when it comes to squad depth. And I guess I'll talk about that when we're speaking about Callum O'Hare. So yeah, just look out for this one. He's paid. I don't know what happened there. Listen, people, these things happen. This hasn't happened to me for a long time. Remember back in the day when this internet was, well, the old internet was real foggy. You remember those days? At least it's improved since then. Uh, pay your bill. But yeah, okay, yeah. Shout out to you. All right, so moving on from Alfie Gilchrist. Okay, we're gonna have to move on. We're gonna try and make this transition as smooth as possible. So moving on to Ben Johnson, which is obviously another right back we've been linked with for a while. In terms of Ben Johnson, it's looking likely that he's going to stay at West Ham. West Ham offered him a 5-year deal. I think it was about 2 weeks ago. And I think since he may have had, he's had talks with Lopetegui, who's obviously the new West Ham coach. He was frozen out under David Moyes, didn't get much of a look in. But according to the reports, Crystal Palace was another place he was linked to. And it says a move to Crystal Palace had looked very likely at one stage, but things have slowly started to turn in West Ham's favor. They never wanted to lose him. And it feels like the arrival of Lopetegui has changed the situation. He might well stay at West Ham. And if so, there will be one less piece of business they have to attend to in the transfer market. Johnson has come through the Hammers you've set up, so there is emotion attached to this, and I get the feeling he might well end up staying after all. So there you go, people. So there's another one that I know Leeds were looking. Leeds United fans were looking to get Ben Johnson on a free. It's looking likely he's going to stay. I thought anyway, if he was going to leave West Ham, it would have been Palace. It just makes too much sense in terms of who they've got at right back right now. But it looks like Ben Johnson is staying at West Ham. So that's another one to cross off the list. But there's more out there, people. There's more. There's more. So, okay, before my internet crashes again, yeah, let's move on to Callum O'Hare, because obviously he's still linked with Leeds and fresh links came yesterday. But I do want to speak about this in terms of where's the fit. Now that we know, because I said before, Callum O'Hare on a free, it makes sense. Of course, it makes sense. He's a good player at this level, and to get him on a free transfer just fills a need. But now we've got Brendan Aronson back, who will play in that 10 position. Is there now a need for Callum O'Hare? And I also look at it from other points of view in terms of Brendan Aronson. He's spoken to Farker. He knows the kind of role he's going to have. Jorginho is clearly going to be a 10 here as well, not a wide right, which would be ideal. So where does Callum O'Hare even fit in? And we do, as said in the video yesterday, a number 10 isn't on the list at this point in time, which probably means they feel that their quota is filled at that area, in that area, I should say. So Callum O'Hare coming in doesn't make much sense to me anymore, even on a free. I mean, if you guys can figure a way of it making sense, and I don't know if there's any point saying you can move Rutter out to the right, O'Hare in the middle, Aronson at the 8. I just don't think that makes sense. And where's the structure? You know what I mean? That just seems a bit too haphazard to me. Leeds saying Callum O'Hare, Leeds won't get him, otherwise he'd be in now. Well, that's not true, because he's a free agent and he's going to be weighing up his options. He's going to hope that a Premier League team will take a shot on him as well, which there is a good chance of that happening. If you're a free agent, unless you're Mbappe going to Real Madrid, where it's just a 30 move, then you're going to weigh up your options. So it's not true that he'd be in by now. It's the best offer, and he's probably waiting for a Premier League team. He's probably hoping a Premier League team will take a shot on him. And he's saying is leagues ahead of Brendan. Okay, listen, whether you agree with Brendan Aronson or not, the facts are he's going to be here. So you have to get used to that. Okay, you have to get used to it, and that's where my thinking goes in terms of Brendan Aronson being here. And you think of Callum O'Hare last season, and he had 6 goals, 3 assists, which isn't great, especially in that kind of Coventry team. And I'm saying he could easily get more in the Leeds United set up 100%. He could probably get a few more assists. On top of that, we know assists are based on people finishing off your creations. But You see the year before, no goals, the year before 5. So he's not a prolific goal scorer. So what I'm saying there is if you did sign O'Hare, you've got Aronson and Jorginho, even though I think Jorginho can improve his goal count, they're all basically playmakers in a loose sense for Aronson, playmaker. They're not goal scorers. So if I was going to get a third attacking midfielder, it would be more of the Schmadix more, a goal scorer. So that's why I'm saying I don't think the O'Hare link makes any sense. So unless they actually sign him and then maybe we hear that Jorginho is going to be moved wide or something like that, there is no need for O'Hare. And also, you look at it from O'Hare's point of view. I've just told you, Aronson and Jorginho. Is he going to sign at 26 years old and say, "Yeah, I'm willing to battle it out as a third choice kind of thing"? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think he'd only be willing to battle it out if he's guaranteed a Premier League move. Uh, Darren Wong saying O'Hare just okay. How is he prem quality? Yeah, Darren, listen, this isn't me. I'm saying what he's probably hoping for because he's had a lot of spotlight on him, especially earlier in the season. It kind of tapered off towards the end, but he'd probably be hoping that maybe an Ipswich, maybe Southampton will take a shot on him or someone like that. You know what I mean? There's always ways to get in the Premier League, especially if you're free and you've got a little bit of hype. Everyone's going to remember the FA Cup run as well, which he did particularly well in. So he's probably hoping for a lower end Premier League move. So if it's not that, it will be another Championship move, and you can see maybe like a Sheffield United going for him. I just don't know at this point. I saw it before 100% before I knew Aronson was staying. I just don't see it now. So if you got any ideas in the comments, let me know. Matt C saying those aren't great stats. Not sure why the hype on O'Hare. It's because it's a nice tidy player. He's good technically, and you'd think, Matt, that in a better team he'd probably get better numbers. But I understand what you're saying. I said on a free when people were saying it before, I didn't know his contract was up, and I said, yeah, I'm not sure about Callum O'Hare. I prefer a goal scorer in that position. That's why I said Schmadix. And then when I heard he was free, I said, okay, you can make that work. But now we got Aronson. I'm not saying Aronson is streets ahead, but I think in this setup, is it out the realm of possibility that Aronson gets 6 goals and more than 3 assists this next season? I think he's capable. I think he's capable of doing that at this level. So yeah, I just don't see the need for O'Hare. So, and it doesn't go with the profiles that I got sent either. So there was no 10, there's no striker. So it doesn't make sense to me because he is an out and out 10. He played forward, I think, 1 or 2 times for Coventry when there was a need to fill in. It doesn't make sense to me. Darren saying, you mean the relegation penalty? Yeah, of course, Darren. Of course it does. It's like with Sheffield United last season, getting Cameron Archer. They were going to be the ones. That kind of team is going to be the one to take a chance on an Archer. And even before that, a Rian Brewster. Gustavo Harmer, I should say. Gustavo Harmer. Ben Harmer's a goalkeeper. Gustavo Harmer, one of those other clubs weren't going to look at him, but they saw what he did at Sheffield United and thought, okay, maybe he could do something for us. It's always going to be that lower end Premier League teams that takes this kind of player. Now, listen, if he rocks up at Newcastle tomorrow, I'll say fair play, but it's unlikely, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? SBKG work rate is epic. Yeah, well, listen, the Wi-Fi was spotty, but hopefully you'll all forgive me for that one. You'll all forgive me. I think this stream would have been over if it wasn't for the Wi-Fi mishap. Darren here saying Schmadix really the profile we need, man. It is 100%. Everything about Schmadix screams Leeds United to me, but like I say, we've got our 2 10s now. Where we going to sign Schmadix? I said yesterday the winger and the budget for the winger it's pretty decent for this level. I just don't see us forking out money for Schmadix, who's an attacking midfielder. I just don't see it. I don't. So I think we might have to just bury that dream of Smudgix and hope that Aronson comes through, which I believe he will at this level. And I think Jorginho has another level to go as well, especially when it comes to goals. I will hope over the summer he's working on his finishing. Because if Jorginho had a finish, we'd probably be talking about him possibly leaving. But at this point in time, he could have interest. But I feel comfortable talking about Jorginho being here next season, which is quite, I don't know, it's not naive. That's not the right word. But I think because he's not the complete player, and plus he cost 35 million, so it wouldn't make sense for Leeds to take such a loss on him for financial reasons. I see him being here next season until we hear otherwise, I'm going to go with that. We've got Jorginho as our first choice 10. And at this level, he's a massive difference maker. We saw that before his earlier up. Brilliant. He's brilliant. Lee's saying you have enough credit in the bank, KG, for years. Yeah, listen, it happens, man. Sometimes it can be the Wi-Fi, which it was for me today. Sometimes it can be StreamYard that just goes all kabuki. It's the live stream struggle. So yeah, please don't. If you're watching for the first time, this doesn't always happen. Trust me. Trust me. Matt C saying, heard comments that Schmadix wouldn't suit the pressing system. What do you think? Oh, that's rubbish, Matt. If you see Schmadix play, he is exactly what you want. Leeds fans would lap it up because if he's not scoring, he's going to get back. He's like a little terrier dog. Like he covers that area of the pitch. Like he does all that stuff. All the pressings that we've got enough pressers in the team, people. Between Kamara, Ampadu, Brendan Aronson now, Dan James. We have pressers in the team. We need some quality on the ball. And where we're looking for a number 8, which I think that, people will probably say about O'Hare with his set pieces, maybe the number 8 we're looking for, and maybe the number 6 too, will be more gifted when it comes to set pieces. We need some players with some tech. I think we've got enough runners, pressers. Yes, it takes a team to do it, but more players do it better than others. Example Peru, who looks very uncomfortable doing it. No, we need some technicians on the ball. That's why I said Gabriel Sara would have been perfect, but I see him leaving the championship this season and going to a top league, which he deserves after the year he had. But we need someone of that mold, and hopefully the scouting network is looking into that. Yeah, Dr. Smart. Yeah, everyone loving the Schmadix shout, man. I love that. It's unlikely though. Yeah, Darren here. We need more Garland goal scoring. Exactly. And that's where it comes in for me. I think Aronson can get some goals in this division. I think Jorginho will improve, but O'Hare, it's just too much playmaking and not enough shooting for me. And I think we missed a trick with Gelhardt with that. We're not using him enough, but we know Daniel Farker doesn't trust him, so we might as well move him on and get in somebody else, get in the number 8 that we're looking for. Fill out the profiles properly, and from the sounds of the list, it looks like we're actually trying to fill out the positions this summer, which is music to my ears. Left back is on the list, right back is on the list. More of the same, please, Leeds United. Oh no, let me see. Is that true? I'm just looking something up, man. This better not be a troll, man, Dr. Cox, because I know he was unwell. Oh, it's true. Oh, no way, man. Rest in peace to Kevin Campbell, man. Oh, let me just get something up here, man. That's a shame, man. Legend, big legend. Very, very nice guy as well. Very nice guy when I've interacted with him in the past. Kevin. Yeah, I know he was ill recently, but yeah, that's a shame, man. Rest in peace to former Arsenal striker Kevin Campbell, who sadly passed away following a serious illness, age 54. That's sad, man. Listen, shout out to Kevin Campbell. Yeah, like I say, when I've spoken to him before, is like in the pandemic years, just a nice guy, man. Just always had time for you. If you watch Arsenal streams, he goes on a few of those. Always got time for them. It's never asked for a penny as well. Yeah, just a good dude, man. And listen, for me, what I always remember about Kevin Campbell, and I said this to him, is he literally saved Everton from relegation on his own. If you're old enough to remember another year where Everton just survived, by the way, Kevin Campbell was there. I think he was there on loan, and he absolutely killed the Premier League. I think he ended the season with like 9 goals in 8 games or something like that. He was on fire, man. And I think Everton fans consider him a legend, as they should. Just brilliant, man. Rest in peace to him. Yeah, I saw that as well. The Millwall goalkeeper. I don't know what that's about. Don't know what too much about that one, but yeah, 26 years old, man. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. So yeah, rest in peace. All right, man. Listen, yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. You just got to take every moment, man. You got to take every moment. You just never know. That's why I always say, man. When I keep some people around on here, even though they are just complete opposites to my personality, because I like to appreciate who I am as a person. One of those. And I think you should always just appreciate every second, because you never know. And whatever annoys you about somebody, I always say this as well. Whatever annoys you about somebody, that lives in your house, you're like, God damn, I wish they'd stop doing that. You'd miss it if they were gone. So you know what? Just go, "Oh, I'm glad they're here to annoy me in that way." One of those. Yeah, he was massive. He's so good for Everton, so good. But yeah, shout out to Kevin Campbell. Yeah, listen, what a way to end the stream. Look, I don't know if I'm going to be back today. It all depends on news. Can't imagine there's going to be too much today. But if there is anything big, I will come back, and hopefully the internet will be, well, the internet should be better. Okay, people. Thank you for sticking with me during that one, because I know it's annoying when the Wi-Fi goes down. Please hit a like on the video before you go. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend, people. Peace out.